Hey everyone, Action here. In this video we'll be covering some of the new bioship designs, more specifically ways to grow them faster and more efficiently using our support weavers. It turns out you only need one juvenile weaver to already have massive gains to your fleet growth. Also, there are a lot of unique interaction for bioships, such as swarmer missiles occupying G slots as well, new strikecraft buffs, innate ship regeneration and much more. And if you are enjoying this, join our navy and help us build something greater. High Command has called for 2,500 new commanders to be enlisted, and your skills and leadership are vital to our mission of defending the universe. So in our last video we already finished up the cloning tradition, and now our next step is to have the Behemoth Fury Crisis Path. Now this is the crisis path that comes along with the Biogenesis DLC, and I know that the devs are currently fixing a lot of bugs regarding this path, so I just hope that it doesn't crash whilst we are playing it, because that would be very unfortunate. So in order to have it, we need another Ascension perk slot, so we must finish the Harmony tradition ASAP. Unfortunately, we don't have many building slots available to improve our unity output using our priests. However, we can actually just start replacing some generator districts with actual city districts, which will improve our priest jobs by 200, because we have 2 dedicated zones. And since last patch I think it has been fixed, we can now upgrade our tech buildings again. I think the last video you couldn't do it, although we had exactly the same planetary layout. Yeah, precisely, the same thing happened to our engineering world. One thing we can start doing though is terraforming the nearby worlds. The terraforming tab has moved to the management, and it's gonna take quite a while, 3600 days to finish. However, we can activate the exotic gases terraforming, and that would reduce the time cost by at least 1/3, right? Exactly. We also have our first arc furnace on our home system, and it actually costs food to level up instead of just alloys for regular bios. It's a nice little touch. And as you can see, the civilian fabricators now, instead of increasing the artisan jobs productivity, only give us more jobs. Whoa, Maniacal has received a lot of buffs, plus 5% research speed. It used to be plus 3, I think. Very nice buff. Now one thing you must do in patch 4.0 is build starbases. Now before, the trade hubs were actually garbage. They only give you 2 trade if you even had a special building. But now it gives you a base of 8 trade, which is already improved by any modifiers you have, and trade now is very important, because not only it affects your ship upkeep, since your fleet cost upkeep of trade, but also your planetary deficits contribute to a loss of trade. Here we are losing 72 from trade, and we are consuming 181 from our trade policy, which basically converts 1 trade into a half an energy credit. So here you can see, I don't know if it is intended, but 187 trade is giving us only 93 energy credits, which is a massive nerf to trade empires, since before it was basically a 1-on-1. Also, building up a research institute on all of our tech worlds is a must, because it increases the base research by 2, and the base research is actually multiplicative with any of the other modifiers you have. At least the orbital ring buildings improve our job efficiency a little. Here it increases our alloys from catalytic technicians by +1. So I have come up with a few ship designs here. We're gonna test it out. So for our maulers, which will be our main source of damage in the early game, we basically have the accelerated juvenile growth gland, and the juvenile and the mature maulers are gonna have this one, because our goal is to build the juvenile and wait for it to grow and mature until the elder stage, because at the elder stage we'll have 2 G slots, basically doubling our damage, which is much better than having at least like a mature stage Mauler. It's not very strong. So we want to have the fastest growth possible from juvenile to elder. Paired with that, we have two Weaver classes now. We have the growth and buff, which basically does what its name says. It grows and it buffs our ships. And we're also gonna have the debuff class, which is gonna debuff our enemies. Now the growth one has the exotic developmental pheromones, which increases the growth progress rate by +2 for its fleet. So ideally we want to have at least one of these bad boys in every single one of our fleets. This way all of our ships will mature much quicker. And the good part is we can actually have just a juvenile one with this growth gland, and for the other stages we can have a more effective one, such as the upgraded symbiotic amplifier, which increases our ship fire rate and weapons range. Now I just noticed that the Mauler class have a very OP small weapon, not just the Mauler, but I think it's more effective in them, because it's the Quill Battery. It has a base damage of 15 per day for the S-Lot. So yeah, it's very ridiculous damage here. It's basically, I think, the autocannon version for bioships. But the good part is the Maulers are all about getting in close range and obliterating the enemy. So this gun right here is perfect for it. We're just not gonna have a specific design for the Harbinger yet, because we haven't unlocked the other stages. So here on our shipyard we can already start building up a juvenile growth and buff to increase our growth speed, and also build up some juvenile Maulers to build the backup of our fleet. Oh, this is such a huge change. Remember in the last patch when we needed to have the diplomacy tradition in order to form a federation? Now it has been moved over to a technology. So I wonder who is gonna pick diplomacy tradition now. We're definitely not gonna form a federation with these suckers here. Yeah, they are pathetic in tech and trade, only equivalent in fleet, but we aren't even building one. We're just letting our ships grow a little bit. Oh, we have the psionic theory technology, that's fantastic. Although I think we don't have a single... yeah, we don't even have psionic pop, but I guess we are a spiritualist after all. And we have terraformed the Dylan planet. Now in the later patch, we didn't have the terraforming events, but now we do. Actually no, we did have some, but it wasn't very, unique. You could, I think, have like a building construction speed, something like that. But in this one, we're gonna have a volatile mode bonus to our pops, and also a base production of 1.6. Yeah, kinda good. It makes our planets a little more unique. So within 2 months, many of our juvenile Maulers will be upgraded to the mature Mauler, which is huge actually. Yeah, a very large jump in our fleet power. It was, I think, at 2.2k and now 3.2. Very nice. Oh, but the reload jammer, that's very good. It reduces the enemy ship weapons range and fire rate. Yeah, I think it's one of the best debuffers you can have, especially against the crisis, since having longer range is probably the most beneficial thing you can have. Our tech output is quite good at this point, 2k already, however, our engineering output is tremendously bad. So we need to improve here on our Sirius Prime world. I don't know why though, we have already 1.1 thousand engineerings, and we don't have anyone working as physicists. Only factions are producing a 700. Alright. So I guess we don't even need a physics world anyways. So here we have our option of changing our civic, and I think we're gonna go with exhausted priesthood after we have the unity. And the reason for that is we need to increase our unit output so we can finish the harmony tradition and have the Behemoth Fury Crisis Path. Now all the other options weren't very strong though, and one thing that I am very intrigued about is how can we see the base productivity for a priest. Like in the latest patch we could actually see that each priest produced, I think it was 4 unity, and after the modifiers it became like 8 unity, like an example. And now we can just see the total output for all of our priests combined. So yeah, I don't know how much unity they are producing from base. I can just remember that before it was 4. We definitely need some clarity here. For the first time in my life, I will set up a monthly trade to buy energy credits. Now what have we become, my friends? We are buying energy from the market. It feels so wrong. I don't know why. So here I was developing our first Harbinger class ships, and I just noticed that we have the crystalline growth regulators, which increases our strikecraft armor by +10. Now this is the first time this modifier appeared, which basically means our strikecraft are gonna be a lot tankier now. They only have 7 armor and 3 hull, but increasing it by 10, we basically double the resistance of our strikecraft. Now that's gonna be massive. Our other option would decrease our strikecraft cooldown by 10%, which basically means we can replenish their losses a little quicker. However, I think that making them a lot more resistant is gonna be better. Another feature we have for the bioships is that the armor components increases our hull points as well, and when we are under 50% armor, we gain a daily armor regen, so we don't need to go and retreat to a starbase to recover our armor. Although I think we do need to do it if we want to recover the hull points. And a shout out to our first founding admirals. Their financial and strategical support are fueling the non-stop expansion of our armada, and they shall be forever remembered. Want your name in our legacy? Hit that join button and become a part of our great empire. Founder members are only available until the end of this month and will have exclusive benefits the bigger our empire gets, so your early devotion will be greatly rewarded. So here on the Liza shipyard we are gonna build just 2 of the Juveniles Harbingers. And later on we're gonna build the Growth Weaver to help them mature quicker. Oh, the Cloning Ancients wants to give us some basic resources. Thank you. We already have a very good production of all resources basically. We just want to increase our energy credits. But we're gonna fix that with the Dyson Swarms after we finish the Harmony Tradition. Oh, that's interesting. The Swarmer missiles can be placed in the G and M slots. Well, usually they were just M-slot weapons for the regular ships. Now that's very interesting because we can just fill it up on our Maulers that have 2 G-slots. Yeah, that's gonna be a little broken, I guess. And let's see our first Harbinger being upgraded. Wow, that was a big growth. And within 40 months it will reach the Elder stage. Let's build a couple more of them. I like these guys. Couple, no, 2 couples of Harbingers. This tech is also very good. It just flat out increased our job efficiency by +10%. In the latest patch it increased our job output, but also our job upkeep. And we have finally finished the Harmony Tradition, which means we can grab the Behemoth Fury.
Log updated.
This allows us to make progress towards the crisis and already grant us a couple of benefits. So we already have more society research from farmers, we unlocked the Behemoth Egg megastructure, allows the accumulation of feral insights, and also have a plus 100,000 food storage capacity. Very nice. And you can see that the crisis is very different from the other ones, which usually revolved around destruction, technological gains, but this one is basically just building more ships and killing space faunas. So it's all about those bio things. It's very fitting, to be honest. And let's try to build our first behemoth. Oh, it costs 50,000 food. We only have 20,000 now, so we need to wait a little bit. It's fine. Now the level 1 embryonic experimentation. We exist symbiotically with our biological vessels, yet something vital has always eluded us. Inspired by the greater Voidborns, we embark on our most ambitious endeavor, birthing the biggest of them all. This behemoth will be something new, an apex lifeform crafted with purpose that blind evolution. Our spawn will eclipse the stars. So in the next video, we will begin the construction of our first behemoth and make progress towards our crisis levels. So far we have increased our tech, we are almost at 3000. I think if we just improved it a little more, we would reach it. And our bioships are already maturing as well, which is fantastic. So within only 18 months we should already have our first Elder Harbingers, and we'll start expanding our borders, cleaning out the space fauna and giving progress towards our crisis levels. Now that's it everyone, and don't forget to check out my other videos. There are so many playthroughs and different playstyles for you to learn. Maybe some will resonate with your playstyle, although a lot of these playthroughs are in the 3.14 patch, but most of the knowledge there is still valid. So yeah everyone, I will see you guys next time!